Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. If you are new here, my name is Sophie, and welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. It is good to see you. I'm your friendly tarot reader. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. And I am using the beautiful Couture Tarot deck today, my travel deck that I am using right now as I'm still at my parents' house. I still haven't gotten back to my place. And I will be showing every card that I pull. My basic menu of reading options can be found posted at the bottom of the chat, starting with my basic mini reading that consists of one question and is 5 cards. That is a donation amount of $7.77 if you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it is available, and it is $9.99. I then offer my full reading that consists of 10 cards, and that can just be one question or can be split into 2 5-card readings. That's a donation amount of $14.14 unless you need to use Super Chat, in which it is $20.20. And then finally I offer my in-depth or expanded reading that consists of 15 cards, and that can be just one full really in-depth question, or can be split into one 10-card reading, one 5-card reading, or split into 3 individual 5-card readings. And that is a donation amount of $21.21, unless you need to donate via Super Chat, in which it is $29.29. I answer a lot of romance questions, a lot of love questions, a lot of questions pertaining to romance and love. I highly recommend my OG love reading. My more regular clients definitely know about that. I developed it like maybe a few months before I started my channel, so about 5.5 years ago, and it is at no additional donation amount. It's just a suggestion for a reading. If you are curious as to how someone is regarding you, I highly recommend this spread. It answers 5 critical questions in one. It tells you what your person's current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings, their current intentions, their general energies at this time towards the connection between you and them, and your general energies between the connection. And that can be done with a mini reading, a full, or an in-depth reading. And it does not have to be romantic. I have done that spread for people's family members, friends, pets, animals, neighbors, coworkers, bosses, you name it. If you're curious as to how someone is regarding you, I highly recommend the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread. I also offer a soulmate confirmation reading. Again, that doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. I've done soulmate confirmation readings for folks who are not in romantic situations. But it could be asked it consists of 10 cards, and it can be asked in one of 2 different ways. The first way we can ask it is I directly ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if the person who you are currently in a connection with is indeed a soulmate of yours. If the answer is yes, they'll explain why and in what context, what purpose they serve in your life, in your life's journey. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not, and they'll have their reasons. Alternatively, we don't have to ask so directly, but we can ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if they give their divinely ordained blessing towards the connection, and if they do, they'll explain why. But it is definitely a confirmation of soulmate status there. And that is a donation amount of $16.16, unless you need to use Super Chat, in which the soulmate reading is $23.23. I also offer past life regression therapy readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very, very young. I discovered a way of channeling people's past lives through tarot maybe 2 years into my professional journey into tarot, and it is endlessly fascinating. There is no limit to there's no limitation to the intention behind what you can ask Spirit to illustrate for you in terms of one of your many past lives. of which we have many. Some of us have more than others, depending on how old of a soul we are, but we all have many past lives that come in many different shapes and sizes and forms, and we are different genders in different past lives. We're of different cultures. We come from different socioeconomic backgrounds. It's really, really fascinating, but there's usually a connecting thread between all of our lives, and it's incredibly fascinating and insightful to discover those threads, and basically your soul's tapestry, interwoven tapestry. So I highly recommend past life readings. I have clients who've gotten multiple past life readings, and yeah, they're very, very. They can definitely reveal a lot about ourselves, irrational fears we may have, recurring nightmares or dreams, unknown proclivities towards certain things. Yeah, there's a lot that past life regression can explain. And that is a 10-card reading. It is a donation amount of $19.19, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $27.27. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. That is not a service that I can offer today, as I do not have all of my tools that I need to get in touch with those on the other side. I left them at my apartment in San Francisco. I didn't bring them with me. I just realized. But if that is something that you are interested in, it is a service that I offer and am honored to offer. And I will be back to my regular apartment at the very latest by Sunday, in which I will have everything. If that is something that you are interested in, please let me know. I do need to know your loved one's name, their date of passing, their date of birth, and their relation to you. It's super helpful if you can provide me with a photograph of them, but it's not mandatory, but it is very, very helpful in the process. So yeah, if that is something that you are interested in, please let me know. That is a donation amount of $35.35, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $50.50. And I always check in beforehand to make sure I can indeed communicate with your loved one. 95% of the time I can. 5% of the time I can't. Sometimes people have reincarnated. Sometimes people don't want to communicate with me. That has happened once. Sometimes people are unable to communicate with me. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened a few times, and I don't want to disappoint, so I always do check in before asking that you send your donation in before you proceed. But yeah, let me know if that is something you would be interested in the future. I also offer private readings. I offer two different types of private readings. The first type of private reading that I offer is over Zoom. It's one-on-one. It's me and you. You can see, well, I can't show you the card table, but for those of you who know, if you know, you know. You can see the cards on the table. You see me, you hear me. I can hear you and see you. And you can remove the video if you want. It doesn't matter. But I can hear you, and it's just one-on-one. You can provide me with all the context and backstory you need. There's no limitation to the number of cards we can pull or answers that I can answer, or questions that I can answer for you, so long as it's within the allotted time that we have scheduled. And if we need to extend it, I can usually do that if it's permitted with both of our schedules. And so it offers that level of privacy, as well as that level of convenience as well. And then and if you want to schedule that with me, please send me an email, as I have listed here, or you can send me a DM over on Instagram, of which y'all should all go follow me over on Instagram. Because my second type of private reading that I offer, that's at no additional donation amount. If you have a question that you need me to answer and you don't see me online, if I'm away or if I'm just not online, whatever, and you have a question you need Miss Sophie to answer, just send your donation with your question, and I can answer it within a matter of 2 to 3 hours, 1 to 3 hours. At the very latest 24, but that's a very long turnaround. I can usually do it much quicker than that. And I can answer that for you over voice memos, over DMs, over Instagram, or typed via email, whichever you prefer. And again, that's at no additional donation amount, but it isn't one-on-one. But it does offer that convenience and that privacy as well. So with all that being said, the donation queue is open, so whoever donates next will be read for next. And thank you all so very, very much. Hello, Debbie. Yes, yes. Please tell me. What is the update? My sty got bigger overnight after the medicine, but I think it's just coming to a head. You have a bleed? What is that? Going to the retina doctor on Wednesday. Good. Okay, good. So you're going to a specialist to check it out. Oh, blood vessel is popped. Okay. Okay. I will continue praying for you, love. And I'm really glad you're able to see a specialist so quickly. Well, I guess, well, sooner than later, on Wednesday. Is your vision still the same? That's exactly what the nurse told me. Yeah, that's what the nurse told me. She was like, I highly recommend chamomile. No vision loss. Good, good. Um, my grandma always said to rub a gold coin, or sorry, gold ring on it. I'll try anything at this point, but yeah, I'm on ointment. I'm on antibiotic ointment, and yeah, I'm gonna put some chamomile tea bags on it later tonight. I'm trying to hide it on the video. I'm covering up my eye with my hair today. But that's great. No vision loss. You can see a specialist. Well, let me know. Don't be surprised if it pops. I thought about that. I've never had a sty that popped. So I don't know what to expect. I've had styes before, but I've never seen them. This I can see. I can't see it, but I see the bump underneath my eyelid, and yeah, I'm. You have. Is it super painful? Oh no. I mean, it's got to do what it's got to do, I guess. Yeah, I've just never had one so big before. This is the biggest I've ever had. I've never actually seen it. Like, I've had them before, but I've never seen them. They've never been big enough to see. Like, this is, I see there's a bump underneath my eyelid. It does look like it's coming to a head. But yeah, that's what a sty is. It's what is it? A blocked eyelash duct or oil gland. I'm just like hoping that I'm putting the medication on correctly. Oh, you noticed it? My mom said she couldn't see it on the live stream. I don't want to show you. It looks really bad today. Um, yeah, it looks really angry today. It's not fun because I can't do anything. You know. I was hoping they'd be able to like drain it or something at urgent care. I just hope it's gone by Sunday because I have work Sunday. And no, but when it pops, it will feel so much better. Yeah, it doesn't. I'll be honest. It doesn't quite hurt too much. It's hurting. Actually, it started hurting again today a little bit, which is telling me that yeah, when it pops, it'll feel yeah, and it'll start, going down and going away. Yeah, this was just a particularly bad one. This is the worst one I've ever had. It's weird. Yeah, when I've had them in the past, I've never been able to see them. They've just hurt. Okay. Yeah, I've got clean Q-tips. I always keep my hands clean. Um, yeah, thank you, COVID. COVID made me such an obsessive hand washer. Yeah, I'm hoping it just happens in my sleep. And I wake up and I'm like, okay, Mercury retrograde is over. Start anew. I don't know if I told you, but my poor mom picked up an upper respiratory infection when she was traveling, and she's still ill. I don't know if you can hear her coughing. I hope they gave her some new medicine today. And we just received our first donation. Thank you so much, Shateria, for your donation, love. How are you? Yeah, she went back to urgent care today. Yeah, my kitty's not well. It's like people are not well in this household right now. I mean, all I can complain about is a sty, so blessed be. Hi, Shateria. Thank you so much, love. Did you're doing pretty good? Just got off work. Nice, nice, nice. Let me know if you wanted two questions or just one. Um, I will be right back. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you. All right, Shatiri, you would like two questions. You got it, love. You got it. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. I'm pulling a Lisa Left Eye Lopez today. Rest in peace. I was just explaining to Debbie how I have a really, really angry sty that is not. It started developing like 2 weeks ago while I was traveling, and it's not going away. But it looks like it's coming to a head. So yeah, this is what we're doing. I don't want anyone seeing my left eye. At first, it just looked like I had a lazy eye, And especially in the photos towards the end of my trip, I'm like, cool. Like, well, I guess Paris Hilton has a lazy eye. Lazy eyes are pretty, but now it's just like, not a good look. Not a good look. Hey, Phyllis, how are you? A rag with hot water will do. Will do. I'm also going to use chamomile tea bags. Both Debbie and the nurse yesterday, urgent care, told me those were good. I'm using antibiotic ointment on my eyes 3 times a day. It looks like it's coming to a head. I've just never had a style like this. Normally, I can't. I've gotten them in the past, but they usually just hurt and I can't see them. I'm sure. Yeah, still grieving, love. Of course. I know, love. I'm so sorry, Phyllis. What are Jafal's current thoughts and feelings towards me today? CVS has sty cream. Oh, interesting. Oh, well, I got prescription. I got azithromycin antibiotics. Okay, and Shateria, did you want me to ask what his thoughts, feelings, and intentions are, or just his thoughts and his feelings? He didn't text me, but he saw me today. Okay. And your signs again? I'm blanking on your sign, and I'm blanking on his sign. You're fire sign, right? No, earth sign. Yeah, you want to do the thoughts, feelings, intentions? Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jafel's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Shateria? Not sure about him. You're a case? You mean a Cancer? Not sure about him. I really wanted him to text me, but he did speak to me when he saw me. Okay, let's see what's going on, love. We have 3 of Swords reversed, 5 of Cups reversed, the Star reversed, 5 of Wands, and the High Priestess reversed. Yeah, there's something going on here. There's something going on here with the energies. I'm just gonna start first. Not sure about him. Oh yeah, sorry, I already read that. I'm gonna start with your general energies. We have the 3 of Swords reversed. 3 of Swords upright is heartache, disappointment. And it's in its reverse position. So yeah, I'm not saying that you're heartbroken. You are disappointed, but you're also you're not completely pessimistic about him not reaching out to you or no longer being interested in you. But there is a certain level of not feeling sure of uncertainty there. His general energies, we have the High Priestess reversed. Yeah, there's something has everything felt fine between you and him? I know I haven't I haven't talked to you in a while. I don't think I've read for you or talked to you since I returned for my trip. Has everything been fine this whole time? Because this really feels like someone's. I'll be. Of course, I'm going to be honest with you, Shatiri. I'm honest with everyone. Um, I don't lie to people. The energy, and I'm gonna go through the other cards as well. What I'm seeing here is someone who is feeling conflicted, who is not entirely sure if they want to continue moving forward. Yes, we still speak and joke around. Okay. I still see some conflict here with, and I normally don't jump to intentions first, but the high. Okay, we'll start with his general energies. The high priestess reversed is someone who's hiding something, and someone who's ignoring their intuition in romance and in a connection. I know you guys are still friends right now. It's flirtatious, right? I don't know what level you guys have taken things to, but it feels like it's flirtatious between the two of you. Um, but I am seeing someone who possibly has had a shift in feeling, not, I don't want to say feelings, but long-term prospects, because I know the two of you work together and you guys have been flirting and talking for about a month now. It's kind of like, I think he's, with this Five of Cups reversed and the High Priestess reversed, the energy I'm getting, this Five of Cups reversed is with his thoughts. The energy that I'm getting is him not knowing and like really feeling uncertain and unsure himself about what the next step is, what the next level is. And it's kind of coming to that point. Energetically, I feel like it's coming to that point. Time-wise, it's coming to that point. It's been about a month, right? Thank you so much, Deb, for your donation. Let me quickly add you here. You feel the same, yeah, and that's the thing is that's this intuition that he's ignoring. Intuitively, he knows that's on. I'm sure you haven't said like, hey, like, so where is this going? Like, where are we gonna? I bet you anything you haven't said that. Like, are we gonna take this to the next level? What's the next step? But he can feel it, and he knows that that's how most women and some men operate, but especially women. If we've been flirting with someone for about a month, it's like, and we know we both like each other. He's a guy, you're a girl, and you like each other. It's like it's around that point where things, you have every right to expect and want things to either move on to the next level, or I don't know if you'd be happy with things staying the way they are and just taking things extremely slowly. But when it comes to his feelings, we have the Star reversed, and that's telling me it's not that he doesn't have feelings for you. It's telling me that there's just a lot of uncertainty when it comes to how he feels about his actions. That's where I'm seeing the most conflict with his intentions. We have the Five of Wands, which is conflict up, and it's conflict. It's both inner and outer conflict. He's conflicted right now. He's conflicted because he knows that it's getting to that time. It's around that time where you guys should have at least a talk about what are you looking for in romance. What are you looking for? I saw that. Thank you so much, Deb. I added you to the queue. Thank you. He knows that it's the conversation that needs to be had. It is. And I mean, he could continue ignoring it, but he also knows that there could be repercussions to that you might pull away. But I also see someone who's like I don't know if he's ever actually dated someone he's worked with. And again, you may have, I'm sure you've told me how closely you guys work together. I think you said it might be in the same department, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he has not dated someone who he's worked with in the past, and that's another hurdle that is difficult for him to wrap his head around with this Five of Wands. You're okay with how things are. Okay. Yeah, and yeah, not the same department. Yeah. You're fine with how things are. Yeah. As so long as you're fine with how things are, he wants to make, but he feels that you're not. That's what I'm saying, is he is sensing with this High Priestess reversed and the Five of Cups reversed, he's getting the sense that you feel as though it's time to take things possibly to the next step. But he could just, yeah, very, very possibly. And it could just be something that he's been used to in the past. Discussing where things are going after about a month or so. And that's not unheard of, but it is something on his mind. Do I think that that the two of you are gonna continue talking and flirting? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he's pulling away from you entirely at all. But I do think that it is something that is, as you mentioned, it's just deeply on his mind. And it's not so much that he's avoiding you, in so much as that he's trying to figure out how to navigate this without like messing up a good thing. Because you guys have a good thing right now. You guys have a good thing going on. I'm sure you have a time frame with how long you would want things to be between you and him. At a certain point, I'm guessing you will want things to be taken to the next level. But as it stands right now, you guys are just getting to know one another and spending time with one another. But it's definitely something that's on his mind. Yeah. So yeah, perhaps he's just more traditional, more old school. Whoa, I'm thirsty. Sorry, I didn't need to see that. I haven't put a time yet because I don't know what I want to happen with us. And that's a really good way of looking at it, girl. And I think that's kind of the way he's looking at it too, is you guys are still in the point where you're getting to know one another, and yeah, you don't exactly know what you specifically want from him long term. He doesn't know either. So I think just getting to know one another right now is really best, and just continuing what you guys have is really wisest. Yeah, I've told many a client, like, it's time to put a timeline or a timestamp on this. But that's after, like, I've seen people go years sometimes and be fine, or will not be fine with things. And that's when I tell people, like, you don't have to do what I tell you to do, but I highly recommend putting a time frame on it. In this instance, I don't recommend putting a time frame on it. I think it's been a short amount of time. I feel like I want a relationship, but then there's sometimes I don't. He's a good guy, and I don't want to hurt him. Yeah. There's still some more exploration there that both of you, I think, need to do. Have you guys hung out outside of work? Has it all been within the workplace? Because that's going to be key, is how well you guys how well you get along outside of work. Maybe the joking part is taking more serious than usual. What do you mean by that? It's making things more serious than usual, or is that what you mean? Like teasing. Hey Deb, Shateria still has another question. You'll be after her next question. Thank you. Yeah, that's possible. That's a possibility for sure. Yeah. Now that feelings are involved, I could be taken the wrong way. Yeah, but there's still, I mean, teasing is still a part of flirting, you know? But neither of us are going to be like, hey, I was gonna say, I think that it's all in good, in good fun. I don't think it's like he's taken any of your teasing to heart. I don't think that's the case here. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think so. I don't think he's taken some, like some of your teasing to heart. And I don't think you have taken his teasing to heart. Because it's just, yeah, it's just flirtation, you know. Is he going to bring up the talk? Um, I think this is I think for this question, I think it's important to ask when. Um, because it's possible that he could bring up the talk in a year. It's possible that he could bring it up tomorrow, but we don't have to ask it with a time frame. I just think it might be more cohesive, just because I, you know what I mean. So do you want to ask if he'll bring up some, start talking about the next level between now and within the next month or the next 3 months? What time frame are you looking at? Within the next month, okay. Ancient messages and spirit guides, what y'all felt, bring up where things are going between him and Shateria in the next month. Ancient messages and spirit guides, what y'all felt, initiate the talk about where things are going within the next month. Ancient messages and spirit guides, what y'all felt, initiate the talk about where things are going between him and Shateria within the next month. Ancient messages and spirit guides, what y'all felt, initiate the talk about where things are going between him and Shateria within the next month. Ancient messages and spirit guides, what y'all felt, initiate the talk about where things are going between him and Shateria within the next month. Ancient messages and spirit guides, what y'all felt, initiate the talk about where things are going between him and Shateria within the next month. Ancient messages and spirit guides, what y'all felt, initiate the talk about where things are going between him Sagittarius in the next month. Ancient masters and spirit guides, which I feel initiate to talk about where things are going between him and Sagittarius in the next month. Ancient masters and spirit guides, which I feel initiate to talk about where things are going between him and Sagittarius in the next month. Ancient masters and spirit guides, which I feel initiate to talk about where things are going with him and Sagittarius within the next month. All right, we have Page of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and 5 of Pentacles reversed. That's a fat yes for me. Remember when I said earlier, it's possible that he could be a little more old school with things in his dating. Sorry, give me 1 second. I just need to turn this fan off. Sorry, it's getting cold. This is a huge yes from me. This is a huge yes from me, girl. Remember when I mentioned earlier that he might be a little more old-fashioned when it comes to dating, and I said that I couldn't quite tell if it was a matter of him assuming that you wanted to take things to the next level, or if it was him wanting to take things to the next level. I think it's both. I'm not saying that it's like he just assumes that you want to take things to the next level with him, but he does see potential between the two of you, just as you see potential between the two of you. He absolutely sees potential with this 9 of Pentacles. He's still not 100% sure, just like you're still not 100% sure, but so far, so very, very good. It's not 10 of Pentacles, but we're at 9 already. That's really, really like really solid stuff here. And I think he is too. With this 9 of Wands, this is telling me that it's, and that's the vibe I'm getting from him right now, is that he is scared. He's scared right now because I think he wants to bring it up sooner than later. This is something, and it's something that he wants to initiate. He doesn't, he's not the type of guy that because some guys are like that. They want the woman to be a little more aggressive or assertive. He wants to take this and matters into his own hands with this Page of Pentacles. With this 5 of Pentacles reversed, dare I say, he already longs for something more with you. Has he asked you to spend time with him outside of work yet? And then finally, we have this Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a yes card, absolutely, when it comes to me and reading tarot. Ace of Wands reversed is almost always a no. Ace of Wands upright, that's a new beginning. That's a yes. That's a thumbs up. That's absolutely a yes card. I want the talk held off as long as possible. I feel you. And I feel like that's where the two of you differ. I don't think while I do feel that he is, a little nervous, I don't think he's as nervous as you. I think he's a little more feisty to get something solid started between the two of you. And that is not to say that when he does initiate this talk that you have to concede to everything he says. You can tell him, look, I really like you, and I do see potential with you, but I also want to spend more time with you outside of work before we put labels on anything or on it, or start, behaving certain ways with one another. You know what I mean? You are still, and that's part of this 9 of Wands, is he knows that you have your boundaries as well. He knows that you guys are not going to see eye to eye on absolutely everything. He may want to really rush into something fast here, but he can't force you into anything. And he hasn't asked me to hang out of work yet. Interesting. And that's what's really crucial, and that's part of what I think this 5 of Pentacles reversed is too. Is I now I need to turn my fan back on. Jeez Louise. Is I think that he does recognize that he I think he recognizes that he's kind of jumping the gun too. You've talked about it though? Yeah. Okay. At least you've talked. I was gonna say at least you've talked about it. I'd be a little. I was like, whoa, you never even talked about talking. Yeah. You guys should definitely hang out outside of work. Um, that's really going to determine a lot here. That will really help you decide, you know, where you want to go from here. I understand, love. I understand. So, and with trust issues comes wanting to take one's time, not wanting to rush into things. With him, I do see him, yeah, kind of wanting to jump the gun here. But at the same time, I also don't see him pushing you into anything unfairly or trying to have things on his terms. I see him respecting you and your terms, and I see you guys are on the same page in a lot of ways. But when it comes to initiating something more serious, I think I definitely feel like he's more ready for that. And I think that it would be really prudent for both of you to get to know one another more and definitely spend time outside of work. So yeah, gear up for that. Gear up for that, love, because that's a big yes from me. I do see him um, initiating that conversation within the next month. Well, thank you so much, love. I really appreciate you. And yeah, it feels like the energy feels good. The energy feels good between the two of you. Confusing, like you guys both feel confused, but I think that's only natural when two people are attracted to one another and you're at that, you haven't, discussed things. Enjoy the time you guys are spending together, and no need to rush things. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. Thank you again, love. Miss Deb, thank you, Deb, for your donation. Please come to the chat. Thank you. Hey, Deb. Welcome, welcome. Or welcome back, I should say. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. Why did Milton send inappropriate pics? And did CB send him to provoke me? He lied and said he didn't know him, but I have proof from a few years ago when we met, when he texted me saying he grew up with CB's business partner. And when I first started talking to CB, I witnessed them speaking in person briefly. Okay, so why did Milton send inappropriate pics? They have a mutual acquaintance. Okay, so why did Milton send inappropriate pics, and did CB send him? Okay, so that's two different questions, Deb. Do you want me to ask why did Milton send those inappropriate pictures, or do you want me to ask if CB sent him the pictures to provoke you? I thought it was weird and out of nowhere because I never gave him that vibe that I even like him. Yeah, that is really weird. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. And do you know Milton's sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why did Milton send inappropriate pics to Deb? Were they pics of himself? I'm guessing H message and spirit guys, why did Milton send Deb inappropriate pictures? H message and spirit guys, why did Milton send Deb inappropriate pictures? H message and spirit guys, why did Milton send Deb inappropriate pictures? H message and spirit guys, why did Milton send Deb inappropriate pictures? H message and spirit guys, why did Milton send Deb inappropriate pictures? H message and spirit guys, why did Milton send Deb inappropriate pictures? H message and spirit guides, why did Milton send Deb inappropriate pictures? H message and spirit guides, why did Milton send Deb inappropriate pictures? H message and spirit guides, why did Milton send Deb inappropriate pictures? No, I don't know it. That's how you know I don't like him like that. Yes, they were of his, you know what. Ew! I'm sorry, girl. Queen of Cups. The Tower. Two of Pentacles. The Moon. And Knight of Wands reversed. And thank you so much for your donation, Jazzy Jazz. Let me go ahead and add you here, hun. Okay, so why did Milton send you inappropriate pictures of his you-know-what? I am getting the sense, I don't know how well you know Milton, but I think that he's been watching you from afar. And because there's something with the moon here, there's something about him like working in the shadows, working in the dark. And with this Two of Pentacles, so you said he's an acquaintance of CB? I don't think CB put him up to this. I think this was of his own volition. With the Knight of Wands reverse, I don't think CB put him up to this. But I think he's also a very similar person. I just don't like how he lied not knowing CB. Like, I don't have proof of it from texts. Yeah, they totally do know each other. I can tell they know each other. And I think the more CB talked about you, I think CB said a lot of actually like good things about you. He complained about you, but he also had a lot of good things to say about you. And so he got interested and started checking you out more, and he developed some feelings for you from afar with this Queen of Cups. Yeah, ew. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of like birds of a feather. I witnessed him saying, "Hey, yeah." I feel like they're very much birds of a feather. Why would he have the audacity to complain about me? Well, it's CB. He goes up and down. He'll say great things about you, and then he'll be, he'll complain about how he can't have you on his terms, how things aren't working. CB says he doesn't know him anymore, though. That's possible. But I do believe they talked in the past, and I believe he had a lot of glow. I don't think he complained that much about you, girl. I don't think there were a lot of. I think maybe once in a while, like out of frustration. I don't mean complaints. I mean like out of frustration, like him wanting you and not being able to have you. There was a lot of glowing things that he said about you, which got him, Milton, interested in you, and he wanted to get a rise out of you. With this Tower card, I mean, no better way to get a rise out of a woman than to send a picture like that, right? It is disgusting, and that's what I mean. Like, that's like the energy that I'm getting from this guy is like, yeah, they would have been acquaintances. They would have known one another, I'm sure. I mean, I understand they're not friends anymore, perhaps, but they definitely give off the same energy. And I mean, any guy that does that unprovoked, just sends pictures of his doodah day, skippity doodah to a lady, is not a gentleman. That's disgusting. You called it. They share the same acquaintance. Okay, I still get the sense that he has heard about you through him or through someone. That's how he knows of your existence. I believe it's through CB. And he's been watching you from afar. This moon card. He's been watching you from the shadows. And I don't know why he thought it was a good idea to send you pictures of that. If he was trying, if he thinks if he's developed this like crush on you from afar, which I'm seeing here, it's just gross. Milton says he only texted me because he was thinking of me. Well, that's fine to text someone, but sending unprovoked wiener pictures is not gentlemanly. You don't just, it's disrespectful. It's like flashing someone. It's as bad as flashing someone on the street. You didn't ask to see his genitals. You don't just send someone your private parts, pictures of your private parts. Unless you're in a relationship with someone and that's something you guys regularly do, or you ask for consent beforehand, like, you know what I mean? But this was not that situation. This was him being disrespectful. I don't even believe in sex before marriage, so how could he feel? Exactly. I don't know how well he knows you, but I really don't think that this is the smartest guy, Deb. I don't think that this guy is the sharpest tool in the shed. He's certainly not tactful by sending you those photos. And I'm really sorry that he did that. He just seems like a dumb guy to me. Dahlia's blooming. Welcome. Can I just pay you for whatever reading length I want and you'll read me here in the live? Yeah, Miss Dahlia. So the way that the way that I do my readings on here is I offer 3 basic menu reading options. The first one is a 5-card reading that's 5 minutes long. That's and it's 5 cards, 1 question. It's $7.77. And then I also offer my 10-card reading. That's 10 minutes. That's either 1 question or 2 5 cards. And then I offer my 15-card reading, which is my expanded reading. That's 15 minutes. So that is how that works, love. And if you need to use SuperChat, the donation amounts are slightly different. But if you're using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo, all of my donation information is here in the chat. $7.77 for a mini, $14.14 for a full, or $21.21 for an expanded. Thank you, and welcome, Dahlia. Welcome. Like I said earlier, I never gave him the vibe that I even liked him. I thought CV lied and told him nasty things about me to make him feel confident enough to approach like that. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible, Deb. But the energy that I'm getting more, Deb, is that he's just not the sharpest tool in the shed, and he is very sexually attracted to you and thought that might have attracted you, and it just doesn't work that way. You know, well, they're both getting exposed then if I find out CV is lying about not saying anything to him. Yeah, absolutely. So gross, so disgusting. You nailed it on the head. Jazzy Jazz, thank you so much, Jazzy, for your donation. Please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you. CB does talk too much, and he's got some dumb things to say. He's one of those people that should just keep his mouth shut, honestly. And thank you so much, Deb. Love and light to you. Thank you. And thank you so much for your donation. I'm going to assume that's from Dahlia. Hi, Jazzy. Thank you. And you posted your question, Jazzy. Thank you so much. You're Libra. You'd like to know if you have a future with Edgar the Gemini. Will he be your boyfriend? Okay, you're Sydney. All right. Thank you. I was going to say your name, but then I didn't know if you wanted. Some people don't like their name being said, so. But thank you so much for confirming. All right. Thank you, love. Just added you here. Okay, Jazz, let's see about your future with Edgar the Gemini. How long have you and Edgar known one another? Sorry, actually, give me just 1 second here. I need to go grab something. All right. You've known him for about 7 years. Wow, that's a long time. Okay, love, let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jasmine and Edgar be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Edgar and Jasmine be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Edgar and Jasmine ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Edgar and Jasmine ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Edgar and Jasmine ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Edgar and Jasmine ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Edgar and Jasmine ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Edgar and Jasmine be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Edgar and Jasmine ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Edgar and Jasmine ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? All right, love. We have Strength, Ace of Cups reversed, the Hermit, Six of Cups, and the Fool reversed. Yeah, I can tell. Okay. I normally don't ask this, and you don't have to answer me. I think this might be the first time I've read for you, but 7 years is a long time. Straight out the gate, I'm going to be honest with you. Boyfriend and girlfriend, I'm not getting that energy, but I am getting very, very strong. You guys have something going on? Do you guys have something going on? There is flirtation between the two of you? Have you guys been physical with one another? Again, you don't have to answer that if you don't feel comfortable answering that. But starting with this strength card right out the gate, there is absolutely attraction. He is absolutely attracted to you, and you are absolutely attracted to him. In this past 7 years you've known him, has he ever had a girlfriend? Has he ever had a girlfriend at all? Have not been with him physically for like 3 years. Nope, nothing physically. But you have at one point. But you haven't in the past 3 years. Has it been kind of an off on situationship thing. Because this, I was afraid that this was gonna be, because I have done readings for folks where, yes, this, I was gonna say, because I've done readings for folks where it's like they've just been pining for over someone for like 10 years and they've never even kissed them. I do not get that vibe here. I get a very complicated situation. Okay, he has 2 kids. Gotcha. Okay, because I don't. I here's what I'm seeing here is I don't see things coming to a close between the two of you. With this beautiful 6 of Cups here and strength, I don't see things coming to a close. But I also, he is not in a relationship, though. I was just going to say, I would be really hard pressed to think he would date anybody other than you if he were to have a girlfriend, which is the problem, is that he doesn't want to be in a relationship, at least not at this time, and it has nothing to do with you. He's deeply attracted to you and has deep fond affections for you. It's just that he does not want to be bound, and I don't know if it has to do with the connection that he had with the mother of his children. I think, but I'll tell you, it's not to do with you. It's not like it's certainly with this beautiful 6 of Cups strength. Yeah, it has nothing to do. It's not like it's nothing about you. It's, if he were to have someone as his girlfriend, it would be you. Hello, Brown is me. Welcome. He's respectful. Yeah, he respects my boundaries and he knows how serious I am. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, and I with this Ace of Cups reversed, this Ace of Cups reversed is not telling me that there's a lack of affection for you. That's not the energy that I'm getting from this card. The energy that I'm getting from this card, with it being right next to the Hermit especially, and just from the rest of the other cards and just what I'm picking up from this, is it's more like he still needs to be unbound, untethered at this time. You're willing to accept him with his kids and work things out. And I think he knows that. And have you told him that? Because I think he knows that. I think he does know that. I just don't think that's the issue. And thank you so much for your additional donation, love. Did you want to add another 5 cards to this, or did you want to ask another question? Oh, you haven't told him yet. Oh. Well, I can't tell you what to do, but if you want my advice, I think it would be very powerful for you to express that to him, because that is a concern for him. I think that is a part of where his hesitation is I've got, all this, not all, I don't want to say all this baggage, but he's got kids, and he's I don't know if he's co-parenting, but it's a lot. It's a life that you have to close out and recalibrate. Sure. Yeah, let's clarify because this is definitely a complicated situation here. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jasmine and Edgar ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jasmine and Edgar ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jasmine and Edgar ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jasmine and Edgar ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Jasmine and Edgar ever be boyfriend and girlfriend? Okay. You sent for a reading under IB. Brown is me. I'm not seeing that. What do you mean by IB? Oh, I'm sorry. Is that Miss Latoya? I was like, because I see a Latoya. That's you, girl, isn't it? I feel LB. I'm reading it as I. Sorry. Thank you so much, hon. Thank you. You are added to the queue. Thank you, honey. All right. So we have 9 of Cups reversed, 2 of Swords, 5 of Cups reversed, Temperance reversed, and 7 of Swords. I still see difficulties here, love. In fact, I'm seeing more difficulties here. I want some clarity. Give me just a moment. Starting with this 9 of Cups reversed here. Yeah, that's this Ace of Cups reversed, this 9 of Cups reversed. This is where I'm completely leaning to and not just leaning, but like strongly, like I can tell you with complete confidence, this is definitely it's not you, it's him thing here. This 9 of Cups reversed, he's got a lot of inner work that he needs. You probably know this, but he's got a lot of healing that he needs to do. There's a lot of inner work that he still needs to accomplish. I mean, yeah, the energy is like that now, but I don't know, it's confusing. He looks for me all the time. Oh yeah, no, I can sense that the draw between the two of you is extremely powerful. It's magnetic. It's very, very strong. That's undeniable. I can't deny that. I even ended it and he came back looking for me. Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. But what I'm seeing, though, is a fundamental difference in what you're looking for long term and what he's looking for long term. I feel that I don't want to say that he wants to sow his wild oats, but there is an energy of him not wanting to be bound, but at the same time wanting to respect your boundaries. Thank you so much, Wendy, for your donation, love. Let me quickly add you here. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to give him a chance. Yeah, and I don't see this coming to an end anytime soon. But I do see him definitely needing to do a lot of inner work before he's able to offer you what you want in a connection, which he does respect and he does not want to deny you of or take advantage in any way. And I do think that communicating to him that you would be willing to help with his kids and his life in general would be a smart move with this 2 of Swords, because it is something that's on his mind. And it is something that I think would be effective in communicating. Right. Yeah. 7 years is a long time. It's people. Yeah. Excuse me. People definitely mature a lot in 7 years for sure. You guys have both grown and changed a lot over 7 years. Absolutely. This 5 of Cups reversed and this Temperance reversed, these cards are both showing me that there is potential for him to make adjustments in how he approaches your relationship, your connection. I mean, there's no label on it right now, but it's a connection. It's definitely a connection for sure. And he seems serious now. And serious about bettering himself. Yeah, that I see, absolutely. He is very serious about bettering himself, recognizing that there is work that needs to be done, and willing to take that leap and put in that work. But at the same time, with the Seven of Swords, he also, the Seven of Swords isn't telling me that he's lying to you or betraying you, but the Seven of Swords is telling me more that there's a lot that he doesn't talk about, that he doesn't express. And I feel like you guys kind of mirror each other in a lot of ways. I'm not saying that you withhold a lot from him, but I think there's a lot of things that you would like to be more like fluid with your communication with him and more expressive, and I think he feels the same way. You guys are, I'm an air sign too. I'm an Aquarius. You know, you're a Libra, he's a Gemini. I think you guys are Libra, or you're a Gemini, he's a Libra. Air signs, we're great communicators, but when it comes to our feelings and our intentions, it can be tough. And so the Seven of Swords, I want to assure you, is not giving me the icky Seven of Swords vibes of like lying or cheating or betrayal. It's giving me the vibes of him not being completely transparent with everything that he would want to say to you. So I think you're seeing more in his energies and his actions than you are in his actual words. Yeah, I mean, I do love him, and I would love to be committed to him. Absolutely. And I believe, and I believe there's absolutely that there's absolutely a spot in him that feels the same way. But I also feel that he recognizes that he needs to heal in order to get to that correct spot with you, the ideal spot with you. And but I'm not worried about being right away, just because I have a lot of things I'm occupied with, so I'm not necessarily waiting for him, but just so happens him being in my life works out. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a strong connection, love. It's a strong connection. It's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. I see how strong he feels for you. I see how strongly you feel for him. It's just that what you want and what he wants is completely in alignment right now, but that also is not to say that it won't be in the future. The future is largely unwritten. We're just, tarot is about just reading current energies as they stand right now, and as they stand right now, he's still needing to do that work to be the man he needs and wants to be towards you. And he isn't using. Yeah, no, I didn't get the sense that he was using you at all, and I would have said so. I was fearful of that when you mentioned 7 years, and I would have said so absolutely if I felt that he was taking advantage of you. I would have said so kindly, but I would have said no. I don't feel, no, not at all. He genuinely likes you. He genuinely has deep. I don't even want to say like, he has very deep feelings for you and deep attraction. Yeah, I get that sense. It's really good energy between the two of you. And yeah, he's not going anywhere. Um, there's still potential. It's just what you're looking for right now is not aligned with what he's looking for, but that doesn't mean that it won't align in the future. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious of if I. It is possible. It is possible. It's not set in stone, but it looks more promising than not with his intentions and his feelings for you, your feelings for each other. Yeah. So that is what I see for you, love. Thank you very much, Jazzy. I hope I brought you clarity and much love and light to you. You're very welcome. You are very welcome. I think this might have been the first time I read for you. Maybe I read for you a while ago, and I apologize if I forgot. But if you are new, thank you so much for joining the channel. And yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Dahlia's blooming, Sydney. Thank you so much for your donation. Please come to the chat. Thank you. There she is. Yes. Did you want? You can have 2 5-card questions, or we can do 1 10-card question. Which would you prefer? It's totally up to you. And yeah, you just go ahead and post your question, love. My for a 10-card, you got it. You got it. My question is more so looking for guidance. Somebody I love died about a year ago. I'm so sorry. I'm having trouble reconciling how I feel about their death, or if there's another side. I'd like to get in touch. I have belief in the other side, but I think it's only natural for people to have skepticism as well, or doubt. Absolutely, love. I'm Jewish, and that's a big part of at least Reform Judaism is questioning the existence of the afterlife, the existence of God themselves. I mean, I have firm belief, but I wasn't always a firm believer. So I offer mediumship readings, Miss Sydney. I can try and get into contact with your loved one. It's $35.35 for a mediumship reading, and I actually can't do a mediumship today. I don't have all of my tools with me. But I'm in the future, when I go back to my apartment in San Francisco on Sunday, I will have them. And if you want to come back, I'd be happy to try and get in touch. We can even check and see for free, see if your loved one is available to communicate with me, and then we could do a mediumship once I return back on the weekend. But for this reading, I'm more than happy to do I think a general reading would be really good for you, because I think I don't know what your belief system is. Obviously, we've just met. But I firmly believe in angels and spirit, and our spirit guides. And when I do general readings for people, I simply ask your angels, your messengers, your spirit guides what they want you to hear. So, would you like me to proceed with that? It's your reading, so it's up to you. Or if did you want me to specifically? I think that sounds good. I guess I'm just significant constellation and stuff, whether it's directly communicating or just affirmation that they're there. Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. And what's your sign, Sydney? Yeah, I think that'd be a good place to start. And if you want, I'm happy to ask to try and reach out to your friend to see if they're available. Again, I wouldn't be able to do the reading this evening, but in the future I would be able to if they are available. And you are an Aries. Okay, love. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Sydney with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, spirit guides, please press the with anyone on this resolutions to hear this time. Thanks, masters and spirit guides, please press the with anyone on this resolutions to hear this time. Thanks, masters and spirit guides, please press the with anyone on this resolutions to hear this time. Okay. 10 of Cups, that's my card for today, and I don't know how well you know tarot, but it's one of the best cards in the deck. Starting off well. 9 of Wands, the Lovers, 2 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, again, I don't know how well you know tarot, but in my opinion, this is the most powerful card in the deck. Fun fact, I know we just met each other. I pull a card for myself every single day. I've been doing it for the past 7, almost 8 years now. I've pulled this card once upright in 7 years. Only once. And on that day, I was asked to ordain a wedding. Big deal card. Big deal card. I'm a semi-seasoned reader. These are wonderful cards. Wow. So you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. 8 of Wands. These are, and I read reversals, girl. Bear that in mind too. 4 of Wands. We haven't. 10 of Swords. Okay, we did get one reversal. The High Priestess reversed. Wow. Okay, before I get into this amazing reading, I just got back from Turkey. My brother got married. I was in Istanbul, and tarot readings are really popular there. And I saw this. I was on my way somewhere, but then I saw this really cute cat, and so I went down this one side street. I swear this will be a short story. And I saw a tarot cafe, and it was my last day there. I was like, oh, I've been meaning to get a tarot reading. So I got a tarot reading from this lady, and she spoke Farsi. I don't, so we were speaking through the translator on the phone. And she had me pull the cards, right? And I even told her what my question was, and it had nothing to do with love or anything like that. And I pulled the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. And she goes, you've betrayed a lot of people. I was like, I was done with the reading at that point. I was like, first of all, you don't know how to read cards. 10 of Cups and 2 of Pentacles is not betraying people. Second of all, if I know I'm not a saint, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm an Aquarius, and I'm going to tell you, I am not a betrayer. I am loyal like a dog. I'm an honest person. Like, no. And as a tarot reader myself, I know my clients aren't angels, aren't saints either. And I'm not going to say I've never, ever betrayed anyone in my entire life. I'm 40 years old, but it's been a long time since I have. I'd say I was probably maybe a teenager the last time I really betrayed someone. But like, even if I had a client who was like a super like shady person, like I would have said it in a kinder way than that. I kind of clocked out at that point, but fun story there. 10 of Cups and 2 Pentacles. Isn't that just wild? That's such an odd interpretation of the time. Yeah. And we got the 10 of Swords. That's the one card I'm not crazy about in this entire spread here. But that is so funny. Yeah, when people pull like absolute like not romance cards and they're just like, oh, he loves you, girl. It's just like, okay, I'm sure they'll come back for more. Yeah, no, you get honesty. You'll get honesty with me, girl. You'll get honesty. I mean, right out the gate, I got 2 of my favorite cards in the world. My 3 favorite cards, the Star, the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. So you've got 2 already here. Now, I didn't ask, and I didn't want to ask Spirit, hey, like, are you real? Is there really something on the other side? Because I feel like it would be just on a personal level for me, not for you, honey, but for me would be somewhat blasphemous. Like, hey, are you real up there? Because I do have faith in Spirit. But again, I'm 40 years old. I was very agnostic until I was about 28, 29. My favorite is also the star. Yeah. My birth cards are the Lovers and the Devil. Wait, but you're an Aries. What do you mean your birth cards? Tell me something I don't know. We pulled the Lovers here. One of my favorite cards. If you, oh, I wish I had more time. I found a necklace of the star when I was in Istanbul. I got 2 necklaces. I got one of the Magician. It's so pretty. It's this little enamel necklace of the Magician, and then they had astrology ones. But for Aquarius, they had the star card. I'm like, oh, even better. I still haven't worn it, but I should wear it when I'm live. Yeah, the star. That's why I named my channel Starry Tarot. It's a harbinger of hope and faith and light and love. And speaking of which, that's how I feel this this 10 of Cups, this 10 of Pentacles is. That even in the darkness, there is still light at the end of the tunnel. And I know that's not what these cards mean, and I'm sure you'll agree with me there. That would not be a definition that you would likely find with either of these cards. But in the context of where you're coming from with your question, and these being the first 2 cards right out the gate, and the relationship that I have with these cards, and the fact that the 10 of Cards is my card for today, feels very much like Spirit is saying, like, there, even in the darkest of times, like, let Sydney know that there is still abundance, and there is still goodness, and there is still joy to be found in her life and in the world. Like the birth cards, you calculate them with your birthday. I think my grandmother showed me. Oh, it's like what your life path is, sort of. Sorry, I need to hide my eye. For my strong suit is the Lover, and my weakness is the Devil. Interesting. I'll do best in strong relationships throughout my life and struggle with devilish patterns like obsessive thinking, taboo subjects, etc. Interesting. I really need to. Okay, I'm gonna figure mine out tonight. That's so interesting. That's very cool. I'm gonna look up what my birth card's up tonight. That's awesome. Yeah, that's very insightful. Oh, and how interesting. Here we have the 9 of Wands followed by the 8 of Wands here. You're a strong girl. You're a very strong woman. Speaking of strong, you do best in strong relationships. You are a very strong, resilient person. You may not feel like it, especially in these in times that test us, in times of grieving. I lost my best friend when I was 25. And not a day goes by where I don't think about her, okay? And I was very lost when she passed. I was not treating my body well. I was an addict, speaking of the devil. And I was not in touch with Spirit at all. And it was about 3 years after her passing that I got clean and I reconnected with Spirit. And I always hated AA, even though I wasn't an alcoholic. I always hated the notion of, like, you have to have a higher power to be sober. But ironically, it ended up just working for me. Yeah, absolutely. You're in the midst of it right now. Absolutely. And it's, oh, thank you. Yeah, it was a rocky road. It was a rocky road, and not the ice cream. But yeah, very, very proud. And 14 years, actually, as of last week, now that I think about it. Yeah, I've been clean. But yeah, when you're in the midst of grief, even the strongest of people often feel very, very worn down. And this 9 of Wands is telling me, like, girl, even in those moments where you feel like you just have no strength, you absolutely do. And you have resilience, and you have excellent forward momentum. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't even realize how long it had been. I mean, I'm California sober. Like, I like my 420. I like a glass of wine every once in a while. But I was addicted to painkillers. And yeah. No more of those. Those are not good. Well, they were put on this earth for a reason, for those who are not well, not for people who are grieving, which was why I was abusing them. Yes, I'm exhausted, but I try so hard to stay true and keep on my path, whatever it may be. That's that Aries resilience that you've got in you. For real. That's that fire in you. This Eight of Wands. You keep moving forward. There are days where you would be happy to stay in bed. You know, you're so exhausted, it can be hard to just get out of bed sometimes. But you keep on pushing on. There's like this inner, like, commander, military commander within you who's just like, nope, come on, Sydney, we keep going, we keep on going forth, we keep moving forward. And you mentioned your birth cards, the Lovers and the Devil. Now, I didn't pull the Devil, but we did pull the Lovers. And this is wild, too, because as I mentioned, I do read reversals, and we've only got one here, and we've only got the Ten of... I'm not crazy about the Ten of Swords, but even the High Priestess reversed, I quite like in this context, very much so. We've got the Lovers and the Four of Wands. Are you currently in a relationship? Because this definitely feels like a portent. The Four of Wands with the Lovers. What do you think the Ten of Swords might represent? You are currently in a relationship. It's going well, isn't it? It's strong, huh? I'm not just saying that because you mentioned the Lovers being your birth card, and it meant that your relationships are strong. But it's this Four of Wands underneath. Long term, we're high school sweethearts, been together for 3 years. Yeah, you guys are gonna get married. If you guys aren't married already or engaged, I think it's gonna happen soon. So good news there. I don't know. I'm assuming that's something that you would like. Because, yeah, Four of Wands is definitely a harmonious, happy home marriage card for me, for sure, as well as the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. A lot of marriage cards here. So I don't know if you're thinking about marriage. But, yeah, there are obviously days where people try to say it's not going to work because we're so young. I was going to say you got to be young if you guys were high school sweethearts and you've been together for 3 years. You're a young one, so you might not want to get married right now. But this feels so strong. Like, but he's my best friend in the world, so I worry if I'm wrong. I will tell you this, girl. I'm 40 and I'm single. And did I know some younger couples growing up that didn't make it? Yeah. But do I still know some couples that were together when we were in our 20s that are still together today? Yeah, I do. Um, there are, and I actually say this a lot on my channel. Like, I'll have some of my clients will be like, you know, how come my best friend met her husband when she was in high school and they're happily ever after? I'm like, that happens sometimes. Some people are really lucky and they meet their person really young and they're just meant to be. Sometimes we meet our person a little bit older. I'm hoping that for me. I'm hoping I meet my soulmate, you know. I still hold out hope. But just because you guys are young doesn't mean that the young ones have it wrong. You know, that's what the older generation will always say. And as a 40-year-old woman, I'm going to say no. It can go. I think it can go either way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I'll tell you from these cards and the energy that I'm picking up, it feels very solid. It feels very solid. And no need to rush things. You guys are happy. Stay happy. I think things are just gonna happen very organically. That was what my question was gonna be, actually, was about him before I wanted to talk about the person who passed. I was like, I really want to know what Spirit says about him and us. That's so good to hear. That's so interesting. They wanted to mention, they fully give their approval. They really like him a lot. They would not have brought him up because as you heard me in Can, I asked Spirit to just say any messages that you need to hear, and that's what they wanted to tell you. Is like that's part of what they want to tell you is he's a really good guy. This is solid. Don't listen to the naysayers. Listen to your intuition. The energy's really good. Ooh, I just got chills. Yeah, no, it's really solid. And I read for so many people, girl, that are not in good relationships. I can't tell you. So I know that energy. So when I'm feeling this energy, I'm almost getting like tingles that I don't normally get to feel. They actually met him at the end of their life. We treated him to dinner, and he said he thinks we'll last. Oh. Your loved one who passed. I truly feel I feel that way too. These cards are so promising. Yeah, yeah, this feels very, very strong. Yeah, you guys are young, but that's fine. I've some of the strongest couples I've met when they were really young. It just happens sometimes. It's meant to be. It's be shared. It's feels meant to be. Um, the only card I'm not liking here is it's funny because you mentioned that earlier. The Ten of Swords. Yes, my Pepe. When he was dying of cancer, we took him to dinner a few times. We spent time in the hospital with him, and he told my boyfriend he wants us to be together. I'm so sorry. Well, don't worry. It's not indicative um, of another loss happening soon. I'm not getting that here. Paired with the Two of Swords, what I'm seeing here is more of a mental, something coming to a close mentally. Gaining clarity mentally. Where one thing comes to a close, where one door closes, another one opens. This could be gaining, and Two of Swords, clarity, mental clarity. With this Ten of Swords, I would be hard pressed to believe that this could very well be your belief in spirit and the other side. Confirmation of that. And as I mentioned, I didn't start believing, excuse me, like completely fully in a higher power until I was about 28 and I had a vision, which was why it was so hard for me to process my best friend's passing. She was murdered, so it wasn't like, I mean, any way to go is hard when someone's 25, but she was taken from me by someone in the worst way, and I had to go to court hearings, and like it was just a nightmare. And I remember having like a Virgin Mary ring, a Star of David necklace. I had like everything from every like religion on me. Just not knowing what to believe, not knowing what to kiss, not knowing what to grasp to. I do believe. I think when someone dies, it's hard to keep faith in the other side because why would they be taken? Yeah. Oh my God, she was murdered. Yeah, yeah. Crazy ex-boyfriend. He's in jail. He's in San Quentin. I keep my eye on him. He's constantly trying to get out every year. And no, he's got life. Yeah. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, just awful, awful nightmare. Nightmare fuel. But yeah, she started coming to me. Hummingbirds started coming to me all the time. It's gonna sound like I normally don't. I don't believe here. Okay, I don't believe that souls can inhabit animals, but I do believe that they can. I do believe that souls can give certain animals energy to move closer to us and as like a sign of communication. And the entire week after she passed, every time I went outside, I was a smoker at the time, every time I went outside for a smoke, a hummingbird, the same hummingbird would come up to me in the morning and just like look at me from about like this far away from me and just like flit in one place for about like 5 seconds and then like go away. And I believe it was her spirit, but maybe it wasn't, who knows? But then I started getting visions from her and messages from her, and she is fully one of my angels and spirit guides. wow, I never really thought of it that way, but I guess she helped me to believe. She was part of um, that journey. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Losing loved ones can either strengthen or weaken our belief in the afterlife. The morning my Pepe died, I was sleeping. I had a dream that he came to me healthy, and I didn't know he had died yet. I asked him how he was alive, and he said it doesn't matter. I woke up and he was gone. Yeah, I can't confirm, but this, like, the first thing that came to me when I was reading that, and I'm probably the least, like, I'm a very rational tarot reader. Like, I fully believe in science, and I don't believe, like, I'm not super hinged to magical thinking, but I absolutely believe in the afterlife. I absolutely believe in spirits, and I absolutely believe that that was your father coming to you before moving on to the other side. There you go. There you go. Okay, okay. You need to, well, you don't have to, but when I go back to San Francisco to my place, I'll have my pendulum, and if you want, you may not, you don't even need to. You're able to communicate with your father anyway. But I have every reason to believe that I'd be able to communicate with him. Yeah, and yeah, like he's made it to the other side. He was an elevated soul. Wow. This Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess reversed is telling me to that you need to believe in your intuition. And when I say that, I say that to two things that I'm seeing here. One is your faith in the afterlife. I'd love to read with you whenever you're home. I feel like a connection with you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I feel a very close connection with you already. I'm not just saying that. I feel like I've read for you before, even though I know this is our first reading together. Um, but yeah, I would love to check and see if he's. I have no doubt that he is available to communicate. Can't promise, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. This High Priestess reverse told me a lot. I think I told you the only card that didn't thrill me was the Ten of Swords, but even in this context, I like this Ten of Swords. But this High Priestess reverse is telling me two things. To listen to your intuition in two contexts that we're addressing here. One is your faith in the afterlife and in spirit, and your faith in your relationship and where it's heading, and not where it's heading, but its strength and its solidity. Is that a word? Solidity? I think it is. Because it is a very, very solid, very, very solid relationship that is going to go far. I don't think I think it's going to result in till death do you part. I think you're going to have a very long life together. I do think it's going to be marriage, for sure. And you already have approval from the most important person. So no need for you to do the soul, because I offer a soulmate reading. You don't need. I wouldn't recommend you getting that. I can say confidently that this man who you're currently with is your soulmate. Absolutely, that is so soulmate energy that I'm picking up from your partner. And yeah, you've gotten your father's blessing. You wouldn't even need your angels. I'm sure. I have no doubt your angels give their blessing. We asked your angels for what they wanted to say, so I hope no one's on my side. And first thing they said: Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers, Four of Wands. This connection that is not solidified legally yet will be eventually. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sydney. I really appreciate you, and you're so very welcome. It was a delightful reading for you. And thank you for finding my channel. I don't know how you found it, but however you found it, I'm happy you did. And I look forward to seeing you again, love. Thank you. You take care of yourself and have a wonderful rest of your night. That was a lovely reading, honestly. What a lovely message. I haven't seen cards that good in a while. Miss Latoya. Latoya, thank you so much for your donation. Latoya, were you interested in, let's see. Oh, we'll wait till Latoya gets here. Miss Latoya Bryant, please come to the chat. Thank you so much. Hey, Latoya, welcome, welcome. Please go ahead. Oh, sorry. Welcome to the chat. Were you interested in a 10-card reading, or did you have 2 questions? You got it. Please go ahead and post your first question. Thank you. How Thomas the Pisces feels about me. Did you want me to ask the thoughts, feelings, and intentions question, or just his feelings? Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Thomas's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Latoya? All right, love. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, Six of Wands, the Magician, Two of Pentacles, and Four of Cups reversed. Okay. So things actually look quite good here, with the exception of your general energies. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which I wouldn't say is bad per se. Correct me if I'm wrong, Latoya, but I get the sense that you feel as though things aren't bad. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like things aren't bad between you and Thomas. I think things are good, but they're not moving forward in the way that you would ideally like them to move forward, and might be taking a little while here. And with his general energies, we have the Four of Cups reversed. The Four of Cups reversed is, I don't want to say similar energies, but it's energies of a what's the word I'm looking for? An altering perspective, so to speak, at the way one approaches romance, love and romance, seeing things from a different perspective, perhaps trying to see things more from your perspective in this instance. But when it comes to his thoughts, his feelings, and his intentions, I'm seeing all really positive energy here. Starting with his thoughts, we have the Six of Wands. He feels that what you guys, or he thinks that what you guys have right now is good. That it's moving in the right direction. He enjoys the time that the two of you spend with one another. He enjoys the energy that the two of you spend with one another. And he overall thinks that there is potential between the two of you. He feels as though there is still, and I don't know, you guys might not even be in communication at this time. You guys are talking though, right? I would be very surprised if you guys weren't talking. If you guys weren't talking, I would say that expect him to reach out to you, because his feelings, we have the Magician here. He feels like there's still a lot of magic between the two of you. I don't know how long the two of you have been together. If it's a situationship, or if it has, I don't know if it has a label per se. I get the sense that it might not have a label, but he feels that the connection is solid, that it has what it needs. It has the cups, the pentacles, the swords, the wands. He feels that the energy is good, the communication's good. He feels that it's good energy. There's definitely potential here. Yeah, you guys are talking for sure. And his intentions, we have the Two of Pentacles. If you guys are not official, if there isn't a label between the two of you, I'm not saying that this is an intention of him putting a label on the connection, but the Two of Pentacles is telling me that he does intend to bring you more into his life, to involve you, and he does involve you in his life, but to involve you in his life more than he has. So this looks good. This looks really, really good, Latoya. It looks like the two of you might have some communication issues, because it looks like you both feel, I get the sense that you both feel very strongly for one another and do see a lot of potential, but with your general energies, I get the sense that the two of you are kind of in the dark regarding that, which might just have to do with having maybe a hard time communicating certain things like that, you know. But the energy feels great. It feels really good. All right, love, please go. You guys are officially together. He said that you guys are together. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, so that's very much that Four of Cups reverse. That's a win. I love that. I love that, girl. So yeah, with that Wheel of Fortune reversed, if you might, that might be maybe some doubts or fears on your part, but from what I'm seeing on his end, looks really, really, he feels very, very solid about this. Yeah. So he said that you guys are together. There you go. Right on, love. I love that. That's wonderful. Very good energy. Yeah. And that Two of Pentacles, that's definitely someone integrating you much more into their lives than they have. Yeah. This is good. Good forward trajectory. I like it. All right, love, please go ahead and post your second question. Thank you. What Thomas likes about you. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Thomas like about Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Thomas like about Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is it about Latoya that Thomas likes? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Thomas like about Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Thomas like about Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Thomas like about Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Thomas like about Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Thomas like about Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Thomas like about Latoya? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Thomas like about Latoya? Five of Wands reversed, the Hierophant, Queen of Wands reversed, Page of Swords, and the Empress. Okay. How long have the two of you been dating for? You guys are very compatible. Overall, just like cursory glance here, you guys are very compatible. Starting with this Five of Wands reversed, there is, you guys, 6 weeks. Okay, so it's very new, very fresh. I feel you. I feel you. You guys don't argue. And I know it's the early stages, so it would be a bad sign if you guys were already arguing, but you guys see eye to eye. You guys see eye to eye on so many things. Am I correct there with this Hierophant? It's like you guys, your guys' values are very much aligned. You guys, I don't want to say that you agree on absolutely everything, but for the most part, yeah. We don't. We have good communication. Yeah, yeah. It never gets to an argument. Yeah, no, it wouldn't even get to an argument precisely because you guys communicate. That's a really good point to make. I always say that the opposite of conflict is communication. Absolutely, absolutely. You guys do. I see that you have wonderful communication, and I do want some clarity with this Queen of Wands reversed real quick. It's the one card I'm a little confused about. That's what I thought. Okay, so he's a bit in disbelief. You said that you're kind of nervous or scared. I forget which word you used, but he's also a bit nervous as well. While he does believe that there's a lot of potential and that you're wonderful and he's really happy in this connection, he's almost like, is she too good to be true with this Queen of Wands reverse? You're unlike any woman he's ever met before, and I don't mean that in a corny way or like in a passive way. Like you really are unlike any other woman he's been with or met. And again, you guys see eye to eye very on so many things. You communicate very, very well with this Page of Swords. The more he gets to know you, the more he likes about you. So far, everything that he's gotten to know about you, he's loved. He really, really adores you and feels that you are his empress. You're the type of woman that he's dreamt of since he was very young. You're his type. You're his ideal woman. And the Empress is the Queen of Queens. She's the divine feminine. He sees you as the divine feminine to his divine masculine. So this is fresh, this is new, but this looks very, very promising. Latoya. No need to take things super quickly or rush things. Take your time, enjoy one another. You guys are already a couple. That's wonderful. It's about, the journey, getting to know one another, and as I said, this journey of getting to know you, the more he gets to know about you, the more he likes you. So he wants to just know more about you. He like, it's like everything that he learns about you, he's like, damn, I just want to know more about her. Like, you ceaselessly amaze him. This is really beautiful energy. Really beautiful energy, Latoya. Thank you so much for your donation, love. I really appreciate you. And wow, tonight's readings have just been... Oh, wait, hold on 1 second, Latoya. Oh. What? Did you send it to your... Oh. Oh, Miss Latoya, are you still there? You accidentally sent it your donation to the wrong Cash App. But I think I should be fine, actually. No, you should be fine. Yeah, you're all good. You're all good. You're all good, Latoya. Thank you so much. Much love and light to you. All right, and next we have Miss Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Thank you so much for your sweet patience. I appreciate you. What is Spirit's guidance for me when it comes to applying for the Global Talent Visa for Europe? Wow, I've never even heard of that. The Global Talent Visa for Europe. Let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What guidance do you have for Wendy when it comes to applying to the Global Talent, European Talent Visa, or the Global Talent Visa for Europe? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with any and all advice regarding applying for the Global Talent Visa for Europe. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with all advice regarding applying for the Global Talent Visa in Europe. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with any and all advice regarding applying for the Global Talent Visa for Europe. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with all advice regarding applying for the Global Talent Visa for Europe. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with all advice regarding applying for the Global Talent Visa for Europe. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with all advice regarding applying for the Global Talent Visa for Europe. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with all advice regarding applying for the Global Talent Visa for Europe. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with all advice regarding applying for the Global Talent Visa for Europe. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with all advice regarding applying for the Global Talent Visa for Europe. All right, love. We have the Devil, Six of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, King of Cups, and the World reversed. Very interesting here. Okay. Because the Six of Swords is definitely like very much forward momentum, moving. The Devil is being bound, work related, the old ball and chain. Now, I don't know much about the Global Talent Visa for Europe. Would you be applying, is it for artists or is it for professionals or for both? Because I'm looking at this King of Cups here, which is very much a card of creativity, or at the very least creative thinking. I do see, I'm not interpreting this world reversed as the world not opening up to you with this visa. I see it more as, I do think this is a competitive, rather difficult visa to acquire. And I don't know if you can apply more than once. But this world reversed is telling me that it might require, we have the world reversed and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. It's possible that it might require It's very competitive and has to be approved by the culture and art department. So so it is for creatives. I think I have heard of it. I think I have a friend that actually has one and is living in Germany. Um, they are a a photojournalist that went to UC Berkeley, the J school, UC Berkeley. Um, I believe they have that visa, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's definitely not impossible, um, but it might take a couple of tries. Um, with this Wheel of Fortune reversed and World reversed, I do want a little bit of clarity with this Wheel of Fortune reversed. Um, Yeah, I'm seeing it more of like delays as opposed to something not happening. Every country has a different requirement. Gotcha. Okay, so it's not just for Europe in general, but for each individual country within the EU, I'm guessing. So I would absolutely go forth, absolutely apply for it. There's no harm in applying for it, and you are absolutely um, an eligible candidate. UK and EU. Okay, UK is most competitive. Gotcha, gotcha. Well, I would apply. I would apply to both. Um, it definitely can't harm. Um, and I do think that you are a very qualified candidate, despite it is despite the reality of it being competitive. Um, you are absolutely viable, um, and it would be worth your while. Yeah. Um, King of Cups is also a reminder to stay balanced throughout times of turbulence. To know that those moments will pass, moments of difficulty, possible delays will pass. But overall, I absolutely, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a little cheerleader, but from what I'm seeing in the cards, yes, despite its competitiveness, you're definitely a viable candidate and should go for it. Yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see that, Wendy. That's so cool. Yeah, definitely. And today we just got out of Mercury retrograde today. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking. Yeah, 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 especially in that direction for sure. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, love, and you are very welcome. Thank you, Wendy. Much love and light to you. All right, so we are all caught up on donations. I have been on for a little over 2 hours, so I'm going to do a last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you this evening, I am here for you and happy to read for you. But it is last call. Thank you. Either let me know in the chat or simply send your donation. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call for all donations this evening. Thank you very much. If you have a question, I am more than happy to answer it for you. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. All right, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so very much, and I will see you all again soon.